Well, hi everyone, I'm Azza. I'm going to talk to you about these incredible, unique animals. There's nothing like them on Earth. They are completely covered in scales. They're the only scaly mammal, and they eat ants and termites. So there are 8 species of pangolins. There are 4 that live right across Africa, and there are 4 that live right across Asia. And so the Pangolin Crisis Fund has developed a global strategy to help protect them. But what some of you may know is that all 8 species are threatened. They are seriously threatened, and they are being driven to the brink of extinction. Today I want to talk about these issues. I want to talk about the challenges, but also the solutions. So these beautiful scales that make pangolins so unique are the reason that they're being hunted. These scales are highly prized in traditional Chinese medicine, traditional Asian medicines, and this has led to pangolins being the most heavily trafficked mammal in the world. The illegal wildlife trade is run by major criminal networks. In fact, the United Nations estimates that the global illegal wildlife trade is worth up to $23 billion every year. And these networks trade in multiple species. As you can see, there's elephant ivory, there's pangolins, but there's rhino horn and so many more. There's crossover with the exotic pet trade. Those parrots, the baby chimp and the cheetah cub, they would have been destined for that had they not been rescued. But there's also crossover with firearms trafficking, with drug smuggling, and the horrendous trade in human slavery and human body parts. So these traffickers, these are bad, bad people. These are serious, serious criminals. But at the Pangolin Crisis Fund, we have a bird's eye view. So we're keeping an eye right across the pangolin ranges, and I want to tell you how we're tackling these threats and how we're working with our partners to keep these incredible animals safe. So the illegal wildlife trade is complex. Wildlife is hunted and traded right across the continents. There are major markets in Vietnam and China for animals such as pangolins, pangolin scales, rhino horn, but there's also this market in the Middle East for the exotic pet trade. So, what does that mean for pangolins and the people that live alongside them? Well, the Pangolin Crisis Fund is the connective glue, with the connective tissue that brings these partners together. We work on building practical solutions. We build a coalition of interconnected grants. They tackle these threats, building community solutions. So for us pangolins, yes, we're a pangolin fund, but pangolins are the proxy to community conservation and community stewardship. Like here in Central Africa, so we're working with our partners, the Forest Collective, and they are in turn working with local indigenous tree climbers who are installing these canopy cameras, so cameras right up high in the forest trees to monitor the tree-dwelling species for the first time. And so for the first time, we're learning about pangolins right up in the trees. So that's great for us, but the community is benefiting too, because each time these animals, pangolins and other rare species, are caught on camera, the community are getting points. And these points are paying for things like a maternity ward in the local hospital, a pharmacy. So these animals are now transforming people's relationship with wildlife and wild spaces, because people are seeing that wildlife is worth more alive than dead. So here at the Pangolin Crisis Fund, we have a blended approach. So yes, we're always focused on community conservation and building these solutions that have community traditions and skills right at the heart. But we're equipping our partners with high-level technology as well, so that they can have data-based solutions. And we're doing this through our incredible partners, Langland Conservation. We know that it takes a network to defeat a network. So we make Langland Conservation data analytics available across our portfolio so that our partners can benefit from their skills, whether that's rangers in the field, monitoring pangolins, whether that's people understanding how to patrol more effectively, or also how to tackle these high-level criminal networks. So Langland Support is connecting, for the first time, investigations right across the continents. And so people are no longer working in silos. They are seeing how their investigations are connected. Langland Support is speeding up their investigations, and that means that we can all work much more effectively. And that is working. We are seeing arrests of high-level wildlife traffickers. So it's through this coalition of grants that we're tackling the problem at the landscape level, but also going right up to tackle these wildlife traffickers as well, who are driving the illegal trade. So now we're going to move to Kenya, where our incredible partners, the Pangolin Project, are working tirelessly to save the last giant pangolins in this landscape. So the giant pangolins of Kenya are not threatened by poaching. They have got a different threat. They are threatened by habitat loss and also these electric fences. So the Pangolin Project are working right through communities, because this is community-owned land, and convincing people to de-electrify the bottom 60 centimeters of their fences. And so we're seeing this really working at a landscape level, but we're also providing technical solutions to that as well. And our partners, Langland Conservation, have partnered with the Pangolin Project with an award-winning project whereby they use satellite imagery to map all these fences going up, so that we could start to see exactly what's going on in this landscape. So even though the issues are different, their approach is the same, which is we are finding these incredible conservation leaders, and we are providing them with the resources so that they can build these community stewardship solutions using pangolins as a proxy to safeguard entire ecosystems, supported by technological innovations. So today, we have a rare treat, because I actually have partners from the Pangolin Project and from Langland Conservation here with us. They have traveled across the world to be with us at Expo. So I'm very excited to welcome up on stage Matt Heaven from Langland Conservation, Claire Raquel, and Beryl McCory from the Pangolin Project. So I wanted to ask you, Matt, you see across the whole portfolio of Pangolin Crisis Fund projects, what do you see as the main needs for our partners?
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much. Hope you can hear. So yeah, we work with dozens of partners, dozens of NGOs through Azza at Pangolin Crisis Fund, and also through Marcus with Rhino Recovery Fund. We work with loads of partners doing amazing work protecting some of the most endangered species in some of the most difficult places. But what we see time and time again is that often these NGOs are working in isolation. They don't have access to the best intelligence. There are many barriers to intelligence sharing, to data sharing, to information sharing. So that's where WCN's unique, as far as I'm concerned, unique approach comes in, by bringing together all of these NGOs with collaboration, with coordination. So if you're funding, if you're supporting organizations that are working at ground level, protecting habitat, preventing poaching, at the next level, countering trafficking, at the next level, countering the narrative and trying to persuade people not to consume these illegal products in the target markets, that is a coordinated overall approach which we've not seen anywhere else. So on behalf of us at Langland, thank you very much to Azza and Marcus, WCN team, and also, of course, everybody supports WCN in the background. Thanks very much.
Thank you. And Beryl and Claire, you guys are doing the most incredible work in Kenya. It is genuinely pioneering work. So tell me, of all the things, the challenges that you've faced and the journey that you've come on, tell me what gives you hope in the landscape that you're working in.
Thank you, Azza. So what gives me hope where we are working is the support we have from the community, the Nyekweri community that we work with. They've come behind the Pangolin and the Pangolin Project, and they've been able to help us and work with us to protect land for pangolins. And also working with them, we've been able to do what you've just mentioned, the electrification of the bottom wires. We were losing 1 pangolin a month in 2023, and now in 2025, we haven't lost a pangolin on electric fences. Yeah, and lastly, the giant pangolins are the only known population in Kenya right now, and they are breeding, so that's also something that gives me a lot of hope.
Very exciting. And Claire, have you got anything to add?
No, from my side, as Beryl said, our massive hope is that the community have got behind pangolin. They really are a creature that everyone can get behind. They don't cause harm to people's lives or to their livelihoods. And also all the way from the community, but then all the way internationally to places like this, seeing people get behind pangolin and the support and partners like WCN, really the whole collective makes it happen and makes it work. So thank you.
This way. So just wait here. Thank you so much to all of your support. We couldn't do any of this work. These guys couldn't do the work without your support. So thank you to all of you, the pangolin heroes that make this possible. But also, find these guys. They have incredible stories to tell. We've just scratched the surface of it. So you can see who they are, find them over the next couple of days, and ask them about their work, because it's truly inspiring.